There's a lot to dislike about life. Crime, bad parenting, dishonest politicians. We could all write our own list, couldn't we? At some point, we've probably each blamed the world for being the way it is. Broken, cruel, unjust. And thought, it's no wonder I'm unhappy. But for some time, the feeling goes deeper than mere disgruntlement. Life feels like a battle one can't win. To make a living, to find a home, to belong. Confronted by poverty, neglect or exploitation, it can seem as though whatever one does, it never quite works out. Some people reach a point of despair, believing there's no point in continuing. So they ask, how do I smile in this mean, bad and broken world? And yet, even in that bleakness, there's often a flicker, a small persistent sense that things might one day be different, that there could be a path still, however faint, towards something more luminous. I believe that spiritual teachings often provide a light at the end of the tunnel, a way to reframe suffering, to discover meaning within it, and to hope that love and compassion endure beyond pain. I am aware of a power of love leading us constantly towards a state of long-lasting peace, even through life's darkest turns. According to this way of looking at things, whatever we endure is temporary. But the inner heavenly state, by contrast, is real and lasting, and available to all who turn towards goodness. But perhaps before we reach for an afterlife of heaven, we might start by learning how to see the good that's already here in the world is operating. After all, it's easy to criticize anything unfairly, to see only what's wrong, to exaggerate failings, to make quick judgments. Mark Twain once put it sharply, don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. When we say, I hate life, we might really mean, I've lost sight of what's worthwhile in life. And so maybe the journey away from hating life begins with appreciation. Instead of comparing ourselves endlessly to those who seem better off, a sure way to nurture resentment, that is. Instead, we might look for what's already half full in our own cup. The musician Jimi Hendrix once said, sometimes you want to give up the guitar. You hate the guitar. But if you stick with it, you're going to be rewarded. And perhaps life is like that. Something that rewards persistence, especially when it's hard. Now, according to my favourite writer, the mystic Emanuel Swedenborg, his visions of the afterlife, he says fault-finding and cynicism belong to a kind of hellish state of mind, while heaven begins wherever we start looking for the good things in other people and in ourselves and around us. For example, the good in the weather, the good in our neighbours, the good in our own talents. Indian spiritual teacher Sai Baba expressed it this way. Life is a song, sing it. Life is a game, play it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is love, enjoy it. Gratitude, kindness, and the recognition of one's strengths all increase life satisfaction. Even suffering, paradoxically, can lead to personal growth, a re-evaluation of what truly matters. Moments of despair, researchers say, can sometimes precede transformation. For me, every individual person's life has inner meaning. Everyone. Rooted in love, service and connection. So no one is without an aim. Even when we feel powerless, the capacity to choose good, to act with sincerity, that remains within us. For this inner volition comes from our human soul. How we use this freedom defines our eternal happiness, I would say. In other words, it's not so much what happens to us that determines our life, but rather how we choose to react to it. We can play a poor hand as best as we can. Sometimes that freedom means channeling anger, not suppressing it, but transforming it, because if bitterness were to fester, it would consume us. The actor Will Smith once said, "Throughout life, people will make you mad, disrespect you and treat you bad. Let God deal with the things they do, because hate in your heart will consume you too." So use the energy of anger to right wrongs where you can. But recognize too that you can't fix everything. Stand up to injustice where possible and learn to distinguish between destructive and constructive anger. Sometimes just learning to express it fairly and usefully is itself an act of courage. In the end, hating the life around us often links to two things that we can work on trying to change: a sense of helplessness, the sense which is that life controls our destiny, and the sense of disconnection from others, from what is meaningful, disconnection from oneself. So perhaps the challenge is not to love life blindly, but to love it bravely, to look at the world as it is, with all its flaws, and still say, yes, there is some beauty here, there is some hope, and I am part of it. In this video, I've been exploring kindness and compassion, the obstacles to them. I've been exploring meaning in life and some suggestions how to cultivate meaning in yourself. Thanks for watching. If you've been interested, why not give me a like and offer a comment? It encourages YouTube to show this video to a wider audience. You may also want to click the link to How Do Humans Learn Kindness? Cheerio.